So one of the things that I've also heard you talk about is what you termed kind of hyper automation. Now, I think sometimes procurement teams and procurement functions can be a little bit wary of automation, in the sense of kind of thinking, you know, is this going to put me out of a job? What is the purpose of this automation? I like the way you described it, because you talked about bringing the focus back to strategic activities. What's your kind of broader view on that side of things in terms of what automation is appropriate and most effective?
It's a really good question, because it kind of debunks a lot which is being, let's say, presented today by many solution providers. So I always tend to draw the line, what gets digitized doesn't mean it's efficient. So especially when you look at the things today. So for example, I could be running a really efficient process in Excel, right? But when I move that to a new digitized platform, I will have to do 100 clicks to get the job same, right? So anything that is getting digitized doesn't mean it's more efficient. And if you evaluate the new tools using this principle, so for example, when you're procuring an e-sourcing solution for the first time, you would see there's a lot of resistance from the buyers, because one, they might be sending something directly to the suppliers on email to begin with, or comparing their pricing offers in Excel. But now they are forced to replicate that using 100 clicks on a platform, right? So they are still filling the forms on the platform and clicking here and there. So both buyers and suppliers have to struggle through, let's say, filling out that form. Now, if it is 10 line items, it's fine. But what I request to the CPOs, make sure you understand what kind of procurement you're doing before going into or jumping into this, okay, I'll get a platform or throw money at the problem and expect that to be solved sort of an approach. So take example of CapEx procurement, right? So a CapEx procurement or an equipment purchase procurement can have hundreds of line items, right? And if you don't realize that, if your most of the procurement activity contains hundreds of line items and you implement an e-sourcing solution without thinking of this aspect, your buyers will spend significant amount of time doing admin job of creating 700 line items every time they're issuing the RFQ process. And your suppliers will be frustrated because they have to now input 700 items, right? And this is what I was talking in terms of understand your operation and processes first, rather than throwing money at the problem and expect to be solved. And this is what I call as hyper automation. So even if you have a tool today and you find out that your buyers are still struggling to feed the information manually on a digital platform, this is what you should be solving first in terms of hyper automation. Use the RPA, make sure your templates are uploaded automatically. And the notion I'm trying to correct is, even if you implement a tool, there are still many manual activities that breaks the workflow of your buyers, be it be about launching the event, be it be about comparing the BOQs, be it be about preparing the presentations, or making sure your comparisons, technical evaluations are baseline or accurate, etc., etc. There are tons of manual activities even till today.